The following program is a production of WXEL-TV, West Palm Beach.
Hello and welcome to South Florida Today. I'm Tony May. In this half hour, we're going to give you new warnings about a scam aimed at seniors. You'll find out the latest tools in the fight against breast cancer, and our fabulous find will take you to the perfect place for a cup of tea. But first this evening, we all know one of the best things about living in South Florida is our access to fresh seafood. There's nothing like a good fish dinner. But what you don't know could make you sick. The next time you travel to the seafood market, take these tips with you.
Snapper, grouper, lobster. Americans do love their seafood, but how do we recognize what is fresh and edible?
Depends what kind of fish it is. If you have mahi-mahi or dolphin, as we call it down in South Florida, you look for the bloodline, the bright redness of it. You look at the pink color of the meat itself, the firmness. You know, all these, as the fish gets older, it turns brown, it turns soft. You know, it's got a very short shelf life.
You look at the eyes. If they look clear, then they're pretty fresh. And if it doesn't smell too badly.
The perception of seafood and fish that, oh, it smells like fish, it is fish. You know, in reality, fish has no smell. When you get fresh fish, if you go into a market and it smells very fishy, I would walk right out.
And smell, you won't go like that, so it's, you know, it's very fresh.
These are two species of snapper. We have a yellowtail snapper and we have a mutton snapper. These were caught late last night, actually caught yesterday, brought to our purveyor late last night and this morning, brought it to us. And if you look at the eyes over here, how clear the eyes are on both the mutton snapper and the yellowtail, it's beautiful fish. This is really beautiful. The thing that you want to look for, if you open the gill up and you can see the color of the bright redness in the gill.
My recommendation is you find a reputable fishmonger, stay away from the chain grocery stores. It's not their business. They're there to provide a wide variety of specialty things, and they do that quite well. But as far as fish, you probably want to find someone whose only focus is that and focuses on day boat fish. These are small boats, sometimes more expensive to run. A lot of them are local here in Florida, especially down in the Keys. They go out, they're out for one day, they bring the catch back, it goes to market, and it comes right to you.
What's that called again?
Hog snapper. Yeah.
Isla Mirada Fish Company owns and operates several restaurants in Florida and has its own wholesale seafood distributor.
We bring in fish from all the local fishermen that we can buy fish from, and a lot of imported fish. And we process the fish.
The airways now on how they process the fish, how they hold the fish, how they expedite it. It's just amazing in the past 20 years how you can get fresh quality fish from 5,000 miles away.
We're USDC inspected. We conform to a HACCP program, very strict regulations on keeping fish clean, cold, iced, and only dealing with good quality fish. We return any fish that's not of good fresh quality. We teach our fishermen to bring the fish into the boat and throw it immediately into ice. And then if they are catching a lot of fish at one particular time, once they finish, then they cut the guts out of the fish, re-ice the fish, and keep it totally covered with ice. In fact, our motto is, if you can see it, it ain't iced.
There is a misconception among consumers that seafood that is frozen means that it's not fresh.
So the best product for shrimp is usually frozen.
Through technology, the freezing process is so quick with computerized freezing. You can bring something down and actually freeze it a fillet in 18 seconds. And in a lot of instances, when you thaw that out and handle it properly, it's almost better than a fresh fish.
Sushi has become a popular way to eat fish, but consumers take a risk in eating anything that is raw.
When you're eating a raw shellfish, I mean, you do take a chance, but
pretty much the chances we got them minimized, I think, from the standards that are enacted now from federal and state levels. And like I said, you will get, occasionally you'll get somebody with a, compromised system, the health-wise, and, they may get a shellfish from that is contaminated somewhat. But it's not real common. Like I said, you consider all the shellfish that are eaten, I really think it's pretty minimal as far as, some of the shellfish-borne illnesses that occur actually.
Bill Browning with the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services is among the many specialists who test the waters for harmful bacteria that may affect clams and oysters.
Because shellfish, the mollusks, clams, and oysters, they filter feed, which means the water passes through them and they accumulate bacteria if there is bacteria in the water. And that's why we test the areas all on a monthly basis.
The summer months of shellfish, as we were talking earlier, that we have oysters and clams on the summer months. The reason is the bacteria level's a little higher in the water because it's warmer. But for the most part, if you keep on top of it and you rotate it and you keep the proper storage of it, you should have no problem.
When shellfish are harvested, the bags or the sacks they put them in have to be tagged with when and where they were harvested from. And when they take them from a harvester to a seafood house, pretty much they have to, document that these clams did come from this area by this person. So like I said, it's pretty much where if somebody does develop an illness, they can actually track when and where that seafood came from.
When it comes to shellfish, you may have heard that you shouldn't eat oysters in certain warmer months. Well, the seafood industry tells us new refrigeration means you can now enjoy oysters year-round.